Welcome back to Sea Encounters Battleships. This is Harnas, and in today's episode, we are going to see Dragonaut's Battleship Roma fighting against HMS Nelson by Armenor. So, this is going to be an interesting battle. Again, we are seeing one of the battleships, Nelson, is actually using a carrier support. So we've got those lovely planes here that are going to support it during the battle. Let's have a quick look at the Roma. So this one is using it's ignoring safety procedures. So what is happening is that the component count on the guns is a bit higher. It's 40 components per gun. So we should be able to see some extra firepower. Really nice design, by the way. I really like the superstructure, and the secondary is really close together there. So what does it actually shoot? So the main guns are 400 millimeter, long range, high accuracy, as it says here, and yeah, it's they are basically sabots. All right, let's take a look at HMS Nelson with that famous layout of the guns, everything in front of the superstructure. So what does it shoot? It's actually 400 millimeters armor piercing. So let's see how well this is going to perform. Okay, so Roma, just some minor damage. Same goes for Nelson, but by some strange coincidence, just lost both of the rangefinders on the turrets. That's really hilarious, I must say. Okay, let's see what's actually Roma is doing. Let's see. Let's just circle through the planes. Okay. All right. So Roma is now repelling an airstrike. Now we can also see that it has launched quite long torpedoes against the Nelson, but at the same time it needs to defend against the plane. So let's see how it goes. All right, we can see some good hits against the bombers, Hawker Typhoons. But let's see how many can actually sneak through. Okay, I didn't see them actually drop. Not sure. Maybe I just missed it. Ah, alright, here's the drop. Okay, we can see some bombs have been landed. I think the Hawkers are going for the high altitude drop, which, you know, can be risky. It's not so easy to be accurate with such a drop, but let's see how it goes. All right, I think that we can see some of the planes being destroyed by the anti-air, the double-purpose guns. These seem to be using HE, I think. Yeah. So this is an effective weapon. If accuracy is there, then they should have no problems dealing with those planes. And yeah, indeed, the strike force is diminishing each minute. Yeah, again, another plane have went down. So 3 out of 10 planes are already destroyed. So let's wait until the majority is destroyed. But yeah, let me go up and have a quick look. Yeah, looks like pretty much all the planes have been either disabled or destroyed. So Right, let's come back and see what Nelson is doing. Okay, it seems to be in a good shape, pretty much in a good shape. It's sitting at 98% of a health pool, so doesn't seem to have any big problems right now. Most likely Roma is still trying to get rid of the planes, what remains of the planes. All right, I see that we can see some good torpedo action actually. These are heavy torpedoes. So yeah, they had actually managed to destroy some of the propellers. That can be a problematic destruction or problematic malfunction for Roma for Nelson actually. So yeah, that can be a problem. But other than that, it's still sitting at 96%, 97% actually. So yeah, so it's not in a huge trouble at all. Okay, looks like it just received some good hits here. It looks like the front turret is being targeted already, the middle one. I'm not sure. It looks like it's getting a lot of shells at that point of impact. Okay, let's see. Let's just quickly cycle through the planes. Yeah, I think that most of them are pretty much nothing more than a distraction, which is can help because it can potentially draw away the secondary firepower. And actually at this side looks like the secondaries have taken some damage already, so there's actually no secondary arms or secondary turrets in any way being effective against the Nelson. So let's see how this goes. Super long barrels. Let's see what effect these are going to have on the Nelson. Alright, so Roma is at 94%, and Nelson 95%. However, because most of the planes have been disabled or destroyed, the actual percentage for the entire fleet is 90. So let's see. It's a very close so far. Not a huge amount of damage has been actually done. So I think in this instance, definitely Roma is showing a lot of broadside. Actually, it's just exiting the broadside, but I wonder if Nelson can actually capitalize on it. Let's have a closer look. Let's see if superstructure or basically the armored belt have been punched through. Yeah, there are some dents, but I don't see a sign of citadel yet. However, these dents look like they have attributed to heavy listing of the ship towards the aft, and yeah, it's generally quite low in the water. Let's see what effect this is going to have on Roma's performance. Looks like the front turrets are being brought back to bear, but still the second turret it still cannot turn. So I think it's still not brought to bear. But the rear one is working, but it's underwater, so I'm not sure if those shells are actually landing. By the looks of the percentage, doesn't seem that Roma is doing too much damage at the moment. But Nelson right now is showing quite a lot of broadside. I think a bit too much for what we would expect from basically a forward broadsider. Uh, so yeah, that's maybe an unnecessary risk for Nelson. Okay, it's 91%, 95% for Nelson, 91% for Roma. Secondaries also doing some work. Two turrets have actually survived here, and they are also doing some work. Not sure what kind of shell the secondaries are using. I think these are frag, frag shells. So let's see what terminal effect those have on Roma. Shells are definitely landing. But Nelson's got that 6% lead. However, if we just look at the fleet, they are perfectly equal, perfectly even. So neither of the participants have the upper hand here still. I must say that the fire rate is relatively low for both ships, both the secondaries and the primary guns. Actually, I have turned off the degraded mode, so I think that's what causing the time to pass a little bit slower. So I think it's around 20% slower, or maybe a bit more. So I think that's why we have this impression of lower fire rate. I don't think that's actually the case. That's actually really the case. Okay. Still Roma tries to torp by using the one turn. Let's see how effective this is going to be. I really wonder. Okay, some shells are landing. Looks like that the secondaries are almost out of reach. Alright, looks like one of the shells hit the radar. And the frag just landed there. Alright, finally the front guns are brought to bear. They are able to return fire. it has been a while since Nelson was starting to sit at 95%, so it's still keeping that health. Okay, another superstructure hit. It there might be some kind of a problem with aiming, maybe, because a lot of those shells are trying to hit the superstructure high here. Okay, that was a solid hit. It actually looked like a APHE. Just went through the superstructure and detonated. Yeah, I think that quite a lot of firepower is lost due to that rear gun being submerged. It's not otherwise destroyed. It's pretty much intact. However, it cannot accurately fire because it's underwater unless it's got supercavitation base, but I don't really think so. Nelson is in pursuit. However, as we know, it has actually lost some of the propulsion, so that pursuit is not really that fast. Two propellers have been lost, but yeah, I think it's quite good in that position. It's just pointing forward, bringing the guns to bear. I think it maybe just needs like a 10-15% of angle to be able to bring that rear gun to bear. So yeah, I think that this position really favors Nelson. Maybe a bit closer range so the secondaries can also do their job. I think that would be really optimal. But yeah, it's putting a pressure on Roma. So Roma's at 87% now. It's slowly being grinded down. Okay, some hits are landing, the range have dropped, and I can see that the secondaries are starting to do their job as well. Yeah, I wonder why these secondaries they don't seem to want to engage. I cannot see any damage to those. Alright, 1.5 minutes to go. Nelson is slowly working on Roma. It's now got a slight lead, 89% versus 84. So just a bit, just those 5 points ahead, 5% points ahead of the competition. It doesn't seem that Roma can actually, you know, have any kind of ace hidden in his sleeve, anything like that. Maybe torpedoes? I'm not sure. I don't think it can effectively engage Nelson with those torpedoes if it's sailing away. Let me just have a quick look if there are any rear-facing torpedo arrays. No, I don't think so. Yeah, we can see that some of those shells are actually bouncing off due to the high angle. All right, final 20 seconds. Is there going to be any dramatic change in the events, or is it just going to be Nelson slowly grinding Roma with very slight return fire from Roma? Let's see. Yeah, just last shot have just landed, and it was Nelson. So yeah, I think that's it. So the battleships have engaged, and now they are disengaged from the battle, I guess. The story goes. And the final result, we could see Roma pretty much for most of the time. The damage is quite extensive, but not maybe deadly. 82% remaining from Roma, and Nelson is at 95%. So I would say that this is relatively light damage taken. However, it lost most of its planes, and the remaining ones are just, not really functional. So overall, 89% remaining from the Armenians fleet. So yeah, we can say that this is let's call it maybe marginal victory for Amanor. So congratulations and condolences to Dragonaut. Yeah, maybe not a huge loss, but some loss nevertheless. Please vote for both ships in terms of their looks, and thank you for watching. See you next time.